What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Post Pro Podcast. It is episode 50. We have made it officially to episodes.
I'm so excited.
Isn't that wild? We've been doing this 50 episodes. How?
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought we were doing something special for 50th episode. What is this?
We're watching The Devil Made Me Do It. That's special.
Where's Michael Bradley? We need to
return.
Mike, I gotta call Michael real quick.
We gotta get everyone that's ever been on the podcast. 8-person episode.
Just an absolute shit show in here. Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
We should do a live stream where we watch every single podcast.
I think I'd rather end my life. Just to be quite honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'd agree. It's like 50 hours worth of shit.
Come on, give us a little bit of credit, guys. I mean, it could.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Come on, Thomas.
I
still have a little bit of faith in it. Yeah, I know. So anyway, 50 episode of the Post Pro Podcast. Kind of crazy that we've managed to stay this far. You know, we got Sebastian and Thomas, myself as the OGs, and Noah stuck with us this far. You know, we're still going strong. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool that we made it.
It is pretty cool.
Episodes in. Yeah. So let's get right into it then. Movie news. I had a couple things I wanted to mention. I was reading an article earlier today. Tarantino was recently on a podcast. I forget what the podcast was called, but they were talking about, they brought up, of course, the thing of, you know, what his next movie is going to be, if he's going to retire, whatnot. And he kind of said he was contemplating retirement, actually. He had been thinking a lot since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, and he was thinking back on some of his favorite directors and how he said that most directors' last movie are considered some of their worst, and he didn't want to go down that road. So I think it'll be interesting to see what he does. Obviously, I think he's still gonna do writing. I know he said he wants to write some novels and such, but directing, I hope he does one last movie, honestly. I think that'd be nice. And, you know, obviously, I mean, it's Tarantino. He has a pretty solid track record. I don't think it would be even close to bad. But you know, he definitely has a certain standard for himself. So we'll see how that turns out. And then the other thing was, Sebastian and I have talked about this before, but Neil Blomkamp's new film, Demonic, apparently just dropped its first trailer. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but
after this is the first thing I'm doing. So
yeah. So interested to see how that is.
Blomkamp doing a horror movie. That's going to be interesting.
Horror, yeah.
It's going to be very interesting, especially if he's using the same effects that he does in all of his movies. It could be absolutely bonkers nuts if he really goes all out. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I don't even really remember. Did we ever figure out what the premise for it was?
No. It's something with demons and a woman. That's all I know.
Nice. Well, yeah, so I'll check that out once we get off. But that was about all I had.
I've got a couple things.
I was just about to say, I'm sure Sebastian has a few things.
I have a real weird one. I'm not gonna lie. This just got announced yesterday, and I'm still kind of like bewildered by it. Do you guys know who the Toxic Avenger is? It's like an old ass 80s superhero movie. They're making a reboot movie, and Elijah Wood is playing the villain.
Okay.
Again, that was such out of right-wing casting. I was like, Elijah Wood is a villain. Okay.
So Elijah Wood's surprisingly done like some sort of throwback horror stuff.
Like he has a horror film.
Yeah, but I just mean as a villain. I don't know. I can't see him. I know he's done some roles like that,
He's
but
pretty
like
cool in Sin City.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was just for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but he's gonna be the lead villain, so I don't know. I just can't. I won't forget Frodo the entire time I'm watching it. I mean, that's just what happens every time. Mark Strong, you guys might know him. He's got like that face, that face.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
he's the bald.
He's the villain.
Yeah,
I think of him as like British bald man.
Yeah. He blames A Drunken Night with Daniel Craig for his blown 007 villain audition.
No.
Yeah, he apparently got
Wow.
really fucked up with Daniel Craig before an audition, and they didn't give him the role.
He would have been a
Um,
great Bond villain.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking about. Like, imagine if he was like, instead of Rami Malek, it was him. Like, just classic, like, weird Bond villain. But it looks like Rami Malek is going full weird, stupid Bond villain. So I'm pretty excited for it. Mr. Bond, because he's really dialing it in. There's this new Anthony Bourdain documentary that's coming out called Roadrunner, and I watched the trailer for it. It's by the same people that did Will You Be My Neighbor, which was probably like in my top 5 for, what was that, 2019, right? I think.
So it might have been
Yeah.
2018. Either
It
way.
might have been. Yeah, it was one of the
Wait,
two.
the documentary?
Yeah, the
That was-
documentary.
yeah, I think that was 2008.
Yeah, it might have been. I absolutely love that documentary. That shit
Yeah.
had me crying, bro. So anyway, this is by the same people that did that, and it's about Anthony Bourdain, and I really like Anthony Bourdain, so I have a feeling this also is probably going to make me choke up and cry. So yeah, I didn't know about this until the trailer dropped the other day, and I was like, I'm actually really excited to watch this. Anthony Bourdain was just he was a good soul. So shout out Anthony Bourdain, rest in peace. Anyway, really nothing too crazy that I was looking at. Cannes is honoring Jodie Foster for the honorary Palme d'Or, or however fuck you pronounce that shit.
Oh, that was pretty good. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll,
it sounded like from French man himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a weird thing, but okay. I mean, Jodie Foster's a legend, I guess. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, AMC stock is through the roof thanks to Reddit once
Saw that.
again, and
Yeah.
I'm wanting to kill myself once again. So
Don't do
I
that.
sold my shares when they hit 20, and now it's at $60. And
Well, it's back down to 40.
what
You
was
can
that,
buy the
60?
dip again.
I'm not buying the dip. It hit $60, and I was like, dude, I want to die. So anyway,
Oh
John
my god,
Wick
it's going up
4.
again.
Yeah, of course it's going up again. John Wick 4 and The Gray Man are filming in France. Exclusive from me right here. You heard it here first. John Wick
Wow.
4 filming in France. Cannes Film Festival lineup is out.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
I'll name some of the top contenders for that really quickly. We have. Oh wow, there's actually a shit ton of stuff.
I
Yeah.
mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I didn't. Okay.
I mean, they're essentially doing catch up from last.
Yeah.
So of course, there's going to be a lot of big names. And
Yeah,
stuff.
we got Sean Baker, who did Florida Project. He's premiering Red Rocket.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if anything else. That's really all I see on here that I know. I see a whole bunch of French movies and
Yeah, it really is. Apparently, Oliver Stone is making like a new documentary or something, so that should be
Nice.
interesting, I guess.
Oliver Stone with the documentary JFK revisited
Yeah.
through the Looking Glass. That could be
And
cool.
then, the Spotlight guy is making another movie apparently, but that's. I mean, like there are other people I recognize, but
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
anybody else
okay.
really
They're
cares.
giving Jodie Foster that Lifetime Achievement Award because she's a 2-time Oscar winner and she made her Cannes debut with Taxi Driver at age 13. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, cool. Just throwing it back. And the only other thing of note that I have that I will quickly mention is Quiet Place is doing really well theatrically in the box office. It premiered with I think 67 million or something. And then so that's pretty cool. Theaters are back. Lots of money is being made finally after a movie making $1 million and us going. So here we are. And then the last thing I'll mention is Indiana Jones 5 is about to begin filming next week. And I have no idea what the fuck this movie is going to turn out to be. I mean, seriously, like really quickly, Harrison Ford is like what? I think he might be 78. Yeah, 78. That's what I thought. He's 78. Yeah, he's 78
I thought he was like 82 or something.
No,
Yeah.
he's 78. He ain't looking too good for his age, to be honest. We also got Mads Mikkelsen in this movie. I mean, dude. And then we got Mr. God damn it. Oh man, who's directing?
Isn't it Mangold? Or is
Yeah,
it
it's
the-
Mangold.
Yeah,
It's
it is
Mangold.
James Mangold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping with that in mind, they go for like a character study on Indiana Jones, but knowing the cast, I don't think they are. So I'm just wondering how the hell Harrison Ford's going to have stunts done in this movie. How the hell they're going to like do that.
It's going to be like Robert De Niro from The Irishman.
Yeah, are they gonna de-age him? And
oh my god,
dude, that's what I'm wondering. No, seriously, like it's just really interesting to think about because you have all of Lucasfilm and Disney's money being poured into this movie. You have a really competent director. You have Mads Mikkelsen as well.
There's a lot that could go wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot that could go wrong, but anything's better than 4, right?
I mean, we'll have to see. It could very well be worse than 4.
Anyway, so yeah, shout out Indiana Jones 5 and James Mangold. Please don't fuck it up.
All right, Noah, Thomas, did you guys have anything you wanted to mention or?
No.
Alrighty, so let's hop into what we watched. Sebastian, why don't you start it off as you take a hit?
All right. So, I think I mentioned Prisoners last week. I think that's the last movie I mentioned. Yeah. Okay. So I started off the week with a banger. I watched Donnie Darko. Again, I watched this movie too many fucking times, and it was time. One of my I joined my Discord, and they're like, Sebastian, we need a movie to watch now. And I was like, all right, Donnie Darko, put that on. They hadn't seen it. So it was really cool to hear some first-time reactions from people that have not seen Donnie Darko. And I'm going, what the fuck's going on, man? What's going on, dude? What's this mean? Why is this lady in the middle of the road? Just all these questions. And then I told them that it has like my favorite movie scene ever, which is the Smurf monologue. It's incredible. It's an incredible scene. So they thought that was hilarious. And yeah, again, masterpiece. Nothing really else to really say about that. It's a 10 out of 10 film. I don't really care what anyone says. Masterpiece. We saw A Quiet Place 2 in the theater. Again, when I say this, I mean this seriously. Probably the best theater experience I've had in over a year, I would definitely say. It's a great film that just you have to see in the movie theater. Like, I'm not going to say it's like the best movie I've seen in a year, but like, it's just the theater experience for the Quiet Place movies is something else. It legitimately is very tense, very anxiety inducing, very just claustrophobic. It's great. I loved it. I love that opening scene. That opening scene was really, really good. I probably, and I mean this seriously, the movie's fine. I didn't think it was better than the first one, but I thought it was good. I thought it was way better than it should have been. But that opening scene probably is one of my favorite horror opening scenes that I've seen in quite a long time. It's up there with Dawn of the Dead for sure. I thought it was thrilling. I loved seeing Day One. That was so cool. I'd like to see a whole movie, or something. I'd like to see a little short of like how the family actually like learns to survive and that those first opening weeks or something like that.
Like the jump cool. To after a year or whatever.
Yeah, because like the first movie just starts off and it's already happened. So I'd like to see. I don't know. It's getting a third movie. So spoiler alert, guys, third movie. But I'm curious to see how that turns out because I didn't really expect this movie to be as good as it did turn out to be. Bo Burnham's new special Inside is quite fantastic. I'd been hearing the buzz about it. I like Bo Burnham a lot. I wouldn't call myself a stan, but I like him. I like his work. And I gotta say his new Netflix special is fucking through. It's great. It's really sad. It's really funny. It's really personal. There's not a comedy special quite like it. I thought it was fantastic. Definitely one of the best comedy specials I've seen, period. Loved it. So give it a shot. There's a lot to say about quarantine and shit in it. I watched The Conjuring. Been a while since I've seen The Conjuring. And still holds up. Still just as good as when it came out. Thrilling sequences. I love Vera Farmiga. She's great. Really, James Wan's just a great horror director. I mean, the dude doesn't really miss, period, when he directs. His shit's pretty solid. Conjuring's just an example of that. Again, it's got some great sequences. The fucking I don't want to say anything, but the clapping and the snapping.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking dude. That's God. That scene, and then the hide and seek scene. Sheesh. That shit. Ooh. That gives me goosebumps. The hide and seek scene when oh yeah, I love
with the clapping and the
yes with the clapping and the snapping.
With the clapping and the snapping.
Yeah, I just love the the thing I really admire about this movie is although it does have its jump scares and stuff, I admire it because there's a lot of like elements. It kind of reminds me of in a sense Haunting on Hill House, where there's a lot of like monster, like ghosts and ghouls, but you don't necessarily, they're not in the forefront of the shot. You'll see them in like the background of the shot, or you'll see them like in the corner of your eye when you're watching the movie, and you're like, oh fuck, and then you don't really see it, and then you start seeing them, and you're like, okay, now this is kind of freaky. So yeah, Conjuring. It's a modern horror classic, I'd say. It's a good movie. Oddball throwout pick. I decided to just fucking watch Bad Santa. Okay. Don't ask why. I had just, one of my friends was like, yo, have you seen Bad Santa? And I'm like, dude, the movie looks awful. He's like, you actually might like it. I was like, fuck it, let me watch this shit. And actually it wasn't bad. I was kind of surprised. It's about this I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's like this comedy about this guy who's just a fucking piece of shit, and he's like he is like an alcoholic, and he's like a Santa, and he like walks around and he just tells kids, like there's like this one scene where like this mom comes up to him at the food court eating food, and she's like, it's Santa, what do you want for Christmas? And he's like, fuck off, I'm trying to eat, it's my fucking lunch break, fuck off. And he like yells at this kid, and this kid starts crying, and he like runs away. And it's like an anti-hero story. And I don't know, I actually kind of liked it. It's really like it's not great, but it's kind of good. I was kind of surprised. So Bad Santa is not actually that bad. I kind of liked it. So shout out Bad Santa for not being a shitty film that I thought it was all these years, because the trailers and the shit I've seen of it looked awful, and it actually wasn't. So pretty good. Conjuring 2. There's really not that much to say about this one. It's good. It's just not as good as the first one, but it has my favorite sequence out of all the Conjuring movies, because I've seen all of the sequels, and I've seen all the spin-off movies.
Me too,
and it has my favorite sequence. It is the painting, oh my god, the nun paintings. Dude, fuck that shit. I remember watching that in the theater, and I'm just sitting there like, because it's the first time we've seen the nun or heard about the nun, and there's just the painting, and you know that it's like it's there, and they don't know what the painting does yet, or like what it does yet, and she's kind of like figuring it out, and the fucking nun, oh dude, no, hell no. That's all I gotta say about that one. And then the Crooked Man, he's just, dude,
oh my god, yeah. Holy shit.
Dude,
that guy.
Dude, that guy's fucking wacko. Dude, I remember
that. Oh my god.
Dude, I remember the CGI in that scene was really bad, but like that original scene with the Crooked Man when he like fucking comes out at the kid and he's like tall as shit, that scared the fuck out of me, because I didn't expect that. I'm like, I didn't expect the CGI at first of all, and then when he came out like that, because dude, that fucking music box is creepy as shit, and it's got the little pictures. I'm like, dude, okay, I don't know what the hell is gonna happen here, but I am not liking this at all. I'm like, and this guy is weird, bro. I'm not in for this. So Crooked Man and the Nun in one movie, nightmare fuel. The Nun especially. Every time the Nun is on screen, it is fucking creepy, and then the Nun movie just sucks, and they ruin her character. Like
they created one of the scariest
fucking horror
villains ever, and then gave it the shittiest fucking movie.
Yeah, I'll never forget the blood of Jesus and sipping.
Oh
on
my
Jesus,
god, dude!
Sipping on Jesus, Collin. This is a real plot point that happens in the movie. I'll save you the time, because this is just too funny.
I wasn't gonna watch it anyway.
There's the part in the movie where this nun, that's like the main character you follow, she finds a vial of Jesus's blood. It's like maybe 3,000 years old, whatever, but it's still there. It's in this vial. She puts it in her mouth and spits it at the nun, and the nun starts burning up and bleeding, and then it dies.
How in the world did they have a vial of Jesus blood laying around?
Don't ask.
No,
It's a
the
real plot
funniest
point.
thing ever was that like the nun was like holding up two people like standing out of the water, and she's like about to kill one person. She's holding the other priest in the other hand, and then the priest just goes, "Hey, look over here," and just like holds out the vial of Jesus' blood, and the nun just goes. It's the funniest.
And then she
Ridiculous.
spits it, and then she spits it at her. It's like, dude, you might have AIDS or something now. Like you don't know where that blood's been.
It's Jesus blood. I mean, are you saying that Jesus had AIDS?
Dude, but seriously, think about it. It's like 3,000-year-old blood. How the fuck is it still in a vial? Like, how is it? Okay, anyway, besides the point, dude. Okay, that movie sucked.
God.
So
That
don't,
movie is-
Colin. I know you're not watching any of them, but just don't ever watch the
You
Nun.
don't have to.
It ruins the Nun. I watched Scarface as well this week. Again, the whole time I'm just thinking about how the fuck are they making a reboot to this? Seriously, every fucking time I think about it, it's just painful. It's seriously painful. How are they going to make a remake of Scarface again for the third time? What are they gonna do different? How do you like replace Al Pacino? How are you gonna do that? There's no fucking way that movie's gonna be good. I'm sorry. Even with the Coen brothers writing the treatment and the script for that, fuck no, the movie's gonna suck, dude. I can't imagine the Coen brothers humor in a Scarface reboot. I seriously can't. I cannot.
Really?
No, I can't. Dude, Scarface is not funny. It's not funny at all.
But
Like,
it's very aware of like what it is.
yeah, but it's not funny. Like, it has a couple funny giggles, I guess, but like, it's not a funny movie.
It's well, I mean, the Coen brothers aren't always funny. I mean, they've done.
I just have a feeling that they're going to go for a comedic aspect or soming.
I hope you're
because
pleasantly surprised. I hope you're wrong.
I hope I am, but I really am not looking forward to a Scarface reboot. I'm going to be quite honest with you. So, just pains to think about. Then I saw The Devil.
Yeah. All right. Noah, you wanna go next?
Sure, I'll go next. Well,
Sure.
I mean, I suppose it would make more sense for Thomas, but I can go.
Oh, okay. I was just
No.
No. You know what? All right, Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, wait, no, I was excited to go last for once. I always go.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No,
So
go
started
ahead.
it off with Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood directed movie, which is honestly not that good.
Yeah, it's not good, but it's also not bad.
It's not
I like it.
awful. I think it's bad. I don't know. I mean, like, I just like you only have one like really well drawn out character who's Clint Eastwood, and he doesn't
like the kid,
really.
man.
I mean, yeah, the kid's not like bad per se. I just don't think he really has like a character. He's just like a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I honestly just like it's like almost 2 hours long and just like nothing happens in it, which is I think my main problem. If it were like 80 minutes, it would like maybe be like all right, but I don't know. Like, it's not really exciting. It's not fun.
The
There's no
acting's
real, like,
pretty bad.
moral to be
Yeah,
learned.
it's also it's still weird
Yeah.
to think about how Clint Eastwood's 92 and he's still going in Hollywood. It's still kind of crazy to think about that.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, and I mean, like, every one of his movies since, like, Unforgiven that he starred in is about how he's, like, old and on the brink of death, and he's just, like, still going.
Yeah, the mule. I'm an old guy. I've got nothing left to lose. I've got a lot of
exactly.
cocaine in my truck.
Oh my god, it's so funny. And then followed that up with Safe a couple of days afterward, added to the Criterion channel, which is honestly one of the most like disturbing movies I've ever seen. Again, not like
Not
there's
Martyrs.
no like single still from the movie that I could show you and be like, whoa, look at how like fucked up this is.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a really like emotionally draining movie, just about Julianne Moore, who goes through some not good stuff, I would say. And again, it's not even like
Not good stuff.
yeah, like it's just a profoundly empathetic film is I feel like the main thing. It's not necessarily like, you know, some insane amount of like psychological torture, you know, like I've definitely seen like characters go through worse in different movies, but I don't know, just like the fact that you're sticking with her through the entire 2 hours, like basically not focusing on any other characters whatsoever. I don't know, it's just really fucked up. Watched Reality Bites, Ben Stiller's directorial debut. It was pretty good. I don't know. It's a super flawed movie in a lot of ways. It's one of those movies where it's like, oh, romantic interests, and then like she does end up with one of them in the end. But I mean, she shouldn't, honestly. Like, I think it would be a much more profound movie if she just kind of ended up alone, like, broadcast news. Spoiler, I guess, for broadcast news. But anyway, I mean, I ended up liking it in spite of that. I don't know.
Why do you hate Ethan Hawke?
He, like, literally sucks. Like,
are you saying in general or in this movie?
Like,
oh no, in this movie.
Okay.
Like, he had some really good performance. It's just like the worst person you've ever met, and like,
Gotcha.
Oh my god, he's just like so. I mean, like, it's a very good performance, as I said, but it's just like one of the most like annoying characters ever like written. Or, well, I don't know. Certainly, like a character that like is written specifically to annoy me.
I don't know, Noah. It's not Rose Tico, so.
True. I guess.
oh,
Not Bama
Last
Boy,
Jedi.
the worst protagonist ever.
No, that is the greatest protagonist ever for the greatest film ever. You're objectively wrong. Take that back.
Actually,
I will never take it back.
Okay, and then I watched I Saw the Devil. So yeah.
Wow, that's. Wait,
Yeah,
actually,
I know,
no. No, you're not doing this. I want to hear your Army of the Dead thoughts. Come on, Noah.
Okay, my Army of the Dead thoughts were I watched it for like an hour. I was like, okay, and then after the hour, I just kind of like was at like 60% paying attention mode. So honestly, I don't really have a lot of thoughts. I mean, I think it was like all right. Definitely not my least favorite Snyder. Bautista is pretty good, although definitely like it would be like really fun if it was like an incredible performance from him and like one of his first like lead roles. But I don't think it is. I think it's just like a fine performance, which is a little disappointing. Yeah, he's good, but he's not like great.
No, I want to.
Would be really fun.
I just want to see more from him. Like legitimately, he has It's so odd. He has such a good range, and I want to see somebody realize that because legitimately, this guy can act.
Yeah, he can definitely act. I don't know if he even has like a range per se, but it's like hard to tell because he's like in a bunch of supporting roles or like like 10-minute cameos like in Blade Runner. And then I mean like I said, like he's not bad.
Even the scene he's in Blade Runner is really like touching. That's how that movie starts off, and it's like fuck. Yeah. I don't know. I just want to see more from the guy.
And I don't know, like Army of the Dead, mostly.
Yeah, it's all right.
Good performances. I mean, I don't think it's all right, to be honest. I just like thinly drawn characters, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like honestly, I only watched it because my family was watching it. And I probably would not have watched it otherwise because I like knew I wasn't going to like it. So, I don't really have like, like these are my thoughts on it,
Yeah, I just thought Tig Notaro was really good, and it's kind of hard to fathom that was a green screened in performance.
I think there were a few scenes where you could like sort of tell, but only because I knew to look.
Yeah,
like, it definitely was a lot better than I would have expected.
Yeah, like I knew it going in, and I was trying to pick out which scenes are like really noticeable, but I couldn't really tell because like she legitimately like fit in really well. I was like, holy fuck. And it's crazy to think that wasn't even the first choice. She wasn't even in the movie.
Yeah, it's funny.
She made the movie that much better.
Yep. But yeah, I mean that's it.
All right.
So Thomas, you wanna
Quiet Place Part 2. Agree with everything Sebastian said. Riveting, great score. I remember hearing the biggest complaint is that it's just rehashing the first one basically, but I hadn't seen the first one, so it works out. And I Saw the Devil. All right, Collin.
Hey, all right. So I started the week rewatching A Quiet Place to get ready for A Quiet Place 2, and it still holds up. It's a great thriller with cool concept, interesting premise. John Krasinski proves himself to be a really solid director, I think, because it's really well paced. The tension is palpable throughout. It is very tense, thrilling, fun movie. Only issues I really have with it are some like logical lapses and some character decisions that are a little iffy in hindsight. Not a lot of things. Not a lot of things. A few things don't really make sense in the end, but it is a solid film. Quiet Place 2, just to go off of what Sebastian and Thomas already said, I quite liked it. It is very much structurally similar to the first film in like the cold open and how the events play out and such. But I thought they stuck with the formula that worked here, and it built off of the world building and characters from the first in a fun and interesting way. So I very much enjoyed it. Only real issues I had here was there were a couple stupid character decisions like the first.
Some really stupid character decisions.
I mean,
hey,
there was the one that really bothered me. A couple other ones I could let slide, but yeah, there was that one that we were all kind of like, I don't know about that. And then the ending did feel a tad too abrupt. I felt the same way when I first saw the first film, because I didn't think there was going to be a sequel, but then there was a sequel, and now this definitely feels like they're going to cap it off in a trilogy. So with that being said, maybe upon rewatch, I'll appreciate the ending more. Right now, still a solid movie, but the ending was a bit too...
It was pretty abrupt.
It was a bit too abrupt for me. I really don't know which one I prefer. I think they're both very solid and very consistent. Yeah, I really enjoyed both of them. This weekend, rewatched Twin Peaks. So Megan was over and...
Wait, which... Are we talking about just the pilot?
Just the pilot. Yeah. So
I was like, "There's no way he
crazy
watched."
if you watched like all of it.
Yeah, I watched the entire.
Rewatched all of Twin Peaks in a week.
Yeah, so I watched the pilot, then I watched seasons 1 and 2, and then I watched Firewalk with Me, and then I went ahead and I skipped a lot of season 2, and then I watched season 3.
No, see, if it was me, I would rewatch all of season 2. I wouldn't skip anything. You know, that's where you got it wrong, Sebastian. But anyway, we were talking about TV, and I mentioned that like Twin Peaks was like one of the only TV shows I've seen all the way through. And Megan said she really liked the show Psych, and there was a Twin Peaks episode of Psych, so we watched that, and then I showed her the pilot to Twin Peaks, and it's a great pilot. I mean, what can I say? One of the best pilots I've ever seen.
It just grabs you.
David Lynch. Yeah, it establishes the characters and world building so well. Yeah, it's a great pilot. Watched Waterworld because I wanted to watch Waterworld. I just wanted to see, what is Waterworld. I like the premise. I like the concept. I always like sci-fi sort of post-apocalyptic, scenarios like this. And that was about the best part of Waterworld. The rest of the movie, bar the production, because the production design and scale and like the set pieces and special effects are phenomenal. It's mind-blowing how they were able to pull off some of these action sequences. I mean, it must have been just a lot of fun to be on set because like the sets are amazing. Consistently throughout, I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. The rest of the movie is very bland, derivative. I mean, the story, there's like no substance or depth to it. The characters are kind of whatever. The performances aren't good. The writing's not good. It's pretty cliche, and the tone is kind of all over the place. Feels very dated in certain aspects. The visual effects, some of the like CGI stuff, I was not expecting that. And they looked horrible. And Dennis Hopper was definitely the best performance of the film because he's just doing what Dennis Hopper does, and he was having a lot of fun. But Waterworld, pretty disappointing. Not a good movie. Obviously, Die Hard is better than Waterworld, Sebastian. I know you wanted to.
I just don't even know why you would say that.
You were the one who brought it up. You're like, if you like Waterworld better than Die Hard, and I was like,
Oh yeah, you did say. You said you'd quit the podcast on the spot.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I just want to assure you, Die Hard's a much better film.
It is. If there was some reality you liked Waterworld better, I couldn't talk to you, Collin.
We would no longer
talk to me. Wow.
Dude, the piss drinking scene, dude, I can't. Okay, moving on.
I thought that was kind of clever. I mean, you got to drink water somehow, right? But whatever. I saw The Devil. Watch that. We'll get into that in a little bit. Then I watched The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. The Conjuring, really liked. Thought it was a well-paced, very effective, atmospheric horror film with some solid jump scares that didn't feel like bad jump scares. Solid performances. Just really liked the story and all. Conjuring 2 was a bit of a down step. It got a little bit cliche.
Yeah.
Got a little bit jump scare reliant. I would argue, though, it was not much scarier, but it was arguably scarier than the first one.
Yes.
Because of the freaking nun. I did not like the nun. The nun was scaring the crap out of me the entire time. I was watching through my eyes. Crooked Man didn't bother me too much. He was actually
Crooked Man's just creepy as fuck, dude.
I thought it was terrifying when I watched that.
Dude, exactly. Dude, when he's in the tent, when you think he's in the tent in the hallway, bro. Nope.
I thought the Crooked Man was kind of cool. Honestly, the old British man, Bill, kind of freaked me out more. I will say I did like the sort of stop motion style they had with the Crooked Man. I thought that was kind of like visually interesting. This one was just a bit too long, a bit cliche, a bit jump scare reliant. Wasn't as consistent as the first one, but not bad. Definitely not bad. I just didn't really care for it like I did the first. That was it. I saw The Devil. That is the movie we're going to talk about. Yeah, you saw it too?
Yeah.
Thomas, Sebastian, you saw it too?
No. I am the devil.
Oh, can't look at yourself.
He can't look in mirrors. What is that? That's
vampires.
Vampires, okay. Yeah. Anyway, I saw The Devil. Kind of in the same vein as like other films. I was very much reminded of like Old Boy or Memories of Murder, just because this is a very dark Korean crime thriller of sorts. It's been on my watch list for a while. I was kind of intimidated by the 2.5 hour runtime, but I did watch. Chris Duckman did a review for it a while back. That kind of got me back interested in it. So, and I saw it was on like Tubi or Prime or something like that, and I was like, okay, that could be one of the options. So we watched it, and I really liked it. It is a brutal film. It is brutal.
Yeah.
It is like, wow. It's sometimes rather tough to watch, especially because of that gore. But I found
I loved it.
I found the direction to be very good. I mean, for a 2.5 hour movie, this film was paced extremely well. I found the cinematography to be really good. I loved how this film looked. I found the performances to be great, especially from the antagonist. Just very menacing, dark, bleak tone, and it threw in some action, some like fisticuffs, which I wasn't really expecting, but I thought worked. It was a very intense, very moody, very dark movie, and I thought it hit all the right like tonal spots and hits. Never felt too ridiculous. I don't think that's kind of something I was worried about, that I was going to get a little over the top, which it does maybe in terms of gore for some people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think for gore, but not in terms of like comedic tone or anything. I'm not sure what you mean by over the top.
Just kind of like, I guess, exaggerated to a point to where it would become like laughable or a little like annoying.
Yeah.
I would definitely say it's exaggerated a little bit.
Yeah. But like I was saying, not to the point where it became like I was rolling my eyes or anything. I was glued to the screen for all to like
that one fucking character. The like they didn't really go into him, but he's like, I guess he was like a military or something that lived in the house with
the cannibal guy.
He was fucking ridiculous, dude. Like that. Yeah, that sequence. I was like, dude, what is this? I was laughing. I'm like, what is going on? And he's like,
I was never laughing.
I thought it was funny as fuck. He's like,
engaged.
I kind of agree with Sebastian. It was kind of funny.
It was kind of funny. He's like, you crazy bastard. He kept saying it. He's like, what did you say? He's like,
oh yeah.
What have you gone crazy off eating the human flesh? And he's just like, no, and he's clearly just fucking nuts. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
But I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought.
I fucking loved it.
The opening sequence was incredible, and it kind of just set this whole predicament up extremely well. I was not expecting dismembering that early in the film, but hey, we got it. Yeah, I mean, this is a brutal movie. I really like the perfect word to describe it. Just so well made and so well acted and very consistently engaging. I enjoyed it for what it is, you know.
I loved it. I thought it was fucking great. I loved the gore. I thought the effects were great. I don't know the main antagonist actor's name, but he was chilling in a lot of the scenes he was in. He was legitimately chilling. Like he played just an absolute psychopath so well.
Yeah, really well.
I
menacing,
totally
but
bought
like
it.
so cold and calculated too.
But that's the other thing I really liked. He also had a personality too. Like he wasn't like a complete like whack job. Like he is, but like he's also just a regular person, but he just has no empathy or remorse for anything he does. He just doesn't give a shit. Also, I kind of like how they didn't really give him a motive. Like he didn't in the entire movie, he doesn't have a motive. He's just fucking does it. Because I was thinking about that the entire time. I'm like, why is he doing this? And it just kind of leaves you with that. It's like he just doesn't give a fuck. And there's a lot of scenes where like he's acting completely normal, like where he's driving the girls to whatever, like the school or whatever. Mm-hmm. And just you're like, you know what he is, they don't, and he just goes under the radar, like no one cares. Like the cops have been trying to find this guy, and he just gets away with it. And it's really kind of mind-blowing how the fuck he got away with all the shit he did. Like
what I also found was interesting was that like when the main character is getting some of the police files from his police chief father-in-law,
he's been accused of
he was like, these 4 suspects have been accused of similar crimes in the past. And I was like, wow, so that's kind of,
I was thinking about
and the fact that they didn't
suspect,
I'm assuming
the 4th suspect was the cannibal guy, right?
Was he?
I think it was. I wasn't paying enough attention, but
I didn't. Yeah, because we never got to it because he was really when he was looking at that photo, he's like, this guy.
Well, he also figured it out. Like he found the ring in the drain.
If he was, that's actually kind of a cool little tidbit. I didn't even think about it. I kind of want to go back.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that too.
That's interesting. Huh, cool.
Yeah, but no, dude. Oh man, I really goddamn. There were so many good sequences in this movie. Again, that opening was, I didn't expect that shit right off the bat. I was like, oh boy, we're going right into this. And then also, I guess it's just the culture of Koreans. I don't really I don't understand it, especially like near the beginning when they find the body. Like, why the fuck are there so many like people taking pictures here? I'm like, dude, it's a human. I know. I'm like, dude, that's a human head. What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, dude, back the fuck off. And then there's just like all the cops are like rushing over there. It's like, dude, this is an active crime scene. Yeah. Like anything you fucking do could ruin this investigation. There's just like people swarming.
I feel like that's something that must happen. Like
or something.
Because like in The Wailing, it kind of had a similar
exactly.
issue. And in Memories of Murder, there was a subplot going on about the media interference and stuff too. So, and I think it's because maybe, I don't know, at least in Memories of Murder, because that was like the first serial killer case in South Korea, and maybe it doesn't happen that often, and so everyone's
doesn't look like the cannibal guy has the 4th picture, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I wonder, well, that guy, lucky for him, he's living scot-free.
Yeah, he didn't get his balls beaten in.
Oh man, that was tough to watch. I now I can say I've seen a boner break on.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
That's what happened, dude.
When you put it that way, that's pretty funny.
Some CBT.
Terrible.
Some CBT on film.
All right, Sebastian. He isn't. I'll give you that. But yeah, I think you guys touched up on it. But the actual fight scenes too, it wasn't even it was very one-sided every time. But Jesus Christ.
Well, he has like a secret agent, right?
They played him off to be so cold, and it's actual transformation over the film. Very well done. I mean, for both of them.
I had no idea. I remember the Chris Stuckman review. I just didn't watch it. I remember he reviewed it, and I've heard about this movie. And then, so when that first fight scene happened, I'm like, dude, that was easy. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. I'm like, well, that's that. Why is this movie 2 fucking hours? And then I was like, oh, he's just torturing this fucking guy. He knows he's better than him.
Same
I'm
thing
like,
when they caught him. I was like, wait.
I was like, oh my god.
The end of the movie?
Yeah, and why the fuck did he give him all that money? What was the point of that?
Well, it's so he could chase him. So he could get out.
Well, I know, but what
I was kind of confused about the bribe too. Because if you look at what he did to the first 2 guys, the first 2 suspects, I thought he was just, he just beat him senseless so that they would be like, they would kind of realize, okay, I got to turn myself in, which we don't actually know what happened to the second guy. I'm assuming it's what happened to the first suspect. But yeah, the money did kind of throw me off. Is that how you interpret it, Thomas? He was giving him money so he could...
I think it was just so he could keep going, keep moving.
But like he already...
But he obviously didn't.
And all of that. So like, what was the point of giving him the money? What did that do? It was just to give him money. I think you're overthinking it. It was just like, because it was just fueling him so he could keep chasing him. But he already was chasing him. So what was the point of giving him money? Yeah,
I'm kind of with Sebastian. I don't know. I didn't like.
He put a tracker on him.
He still had his job at that point as the school bus driver. So I mean. And the
I don't even know if that was his
at that point either.
Real job. I think he might have just picked those kids up pretending he was.
No, he was.
That was his actual job.
Does it ever say that? Like, I'm not disbelieving you. I just like do not remember that actually being confirmed.
No, remember they walked into the school and they're like,
and they
where
called
is he?
him too.
Like, where is he? And then he's like, oh fuck. So then he kidnapped that one girl.
Right.
And it was like, because he was like, oh fuck, they're on to me. So
you're right.
So let me just go ahead and just murder this girl.
Rape her first.
Oh. Yes, rape her first. By the way, that one scene in the hospital, that as graphic and bad as it was, I thought it was hysterical. Like no. Okay, when he beat the fuck out of him and then cut his leg, and then he was like, he was like, no, stay here. You're gonna need to patch him up after this. I thought that was funny as shit. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
That was actually kind of rude to that nurse. I was like, dang.
Yeah, she just got her his dick shoved down her throat.
Sexually assaulted in the most terrifying of ways. And now you're gonna make her tend to this guy's ripped Achilles tendon. Oh, I did not like that at all. But yeah.
I loved it.
Also, very graphic shot of diarrhea in this film that I was not ready for.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was eating like a bowl of chips or something. I was like, oh, dang.
Eating a bowl of chips, watching a man fish through his shit.
I was like, all right, I'll just set this to the side for now.
Yeah, I also, the ending of the movie reminded me of like a Saw trap. I was like, dude, I'm like, this is some Saw shit right here.
That was wild. Although I was a little confused to why his parents and his son were visiting him.
Even he was because I think,
or was it just kind of chance?
No, I think he set that up.
That was their house.
I think so.
Because he visited them.
No,
yeah,
that
was his kill room.
That was his kill room. Yeah.
Yeah,
really?
but remember this is what I was thinking. Remember the beginning of the movie when he went to visit them, and he was like, the insurance guy.
Right.
I feel like he probably just like told them something. Like he could have just, again, it wasn't shown.
Yeah, I totally interpreted it because the 10 minutes before the last 10 minutes are just like the agent being like, I will only kill you after you know true fear, and the serial killer is like, fuck you. So that's sort of supposed to be like almost, and then it's like immediately followed by like his family coming and him being like, oh, like this is actually.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Okay.
He also knows. Fair. He also knows they were coming. There was a taxi, and he put the headphones into the music. He was clearly aware that he called them there. That's how I interpreted it. He called them there. Or he said.
Well, he wasn't listening to music. He had the little mic device.
Whatever. But he plugged his ears or whatever. Or yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He was listening to it, but anyway,
he was listening to his dad.
Yeah. But I interpreted it as that he called them there, or he got them to come there somehow.
Okay, yeah,
because he was clearly aware. He walked out, and they pulled up right behind him, and he just kept walking.
Yeah.
So
and
I was yeah. It was his plan, and again, I loved seeing his transformation into this secret government agent, whatever the fuck. You never really get to see what he does, but it's clear that he has a particular set of skills.
Right.
And he will find you and he will kill you.
I also particularly liked how, the main character, he goes from sort of a heroic way of thinking to kind of turning into as bad as the killer itself.
No, he literally turned into
but I think he does that pretty quickly. He does that in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, I guess he does get worse, for sure.
Yeah, I think he could. Yeah, I think he starts to somewhat enjoy it there in maybe the middle section, and
especially the end.
It's past revenge at that point, right? And even and people start to tell him his father-in-law, police chief, and all and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to stop.
His inside man, who's like giving him like some of the tech. He's like, "Are you sure you still want to keep doing this, dude? You know, I'm trying to cover your butt here." And I found the relationship between the main character and the killer very interesting as it went along. Because there was like 45 minutes left, and this was right after I thought he killed him in the cannibal house where he like clubbed him with the pipe or whatever several times.
I think I thought he did too, but it was like
put him in a
so
coma.
quickly.
Yeah, so that was another thing. I was like, there's so much blunt force trauma here to the head in this movie, and no one dies by none of the girls at the beginning, none of the victims die when he knocked them out in the head and stuff.
They're really fucked up though, especially his fiance. She was basically fucking like definitely brain damaged. She couldn't really move.
Sure, I mean, like, I get it, and obviously you can survive like attacks like that. But it was the one in the cannibal house where the main character really gave it to the killer in the head, and I was like, "There's no way he survives that." And then he survives it, and he's relatively fine afterwards. And I was like, "Okay, come on, this guy's been knocked out like 3 times or something already."
I forgot when he ripped that guy's jaw. That was fucking.
Oh yeah, he ripped it. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was sick. Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
Jesus, what was it?
When his cheeks,
I'll give you a permanent smile.
Yeah.
He literally gave that dude his Joker story.
Yeah.
That was such a stupid line at that point, too. I was like, come on. That part actually made me laugh, now that I'm remembering.
I loved it. Koreans, they are just making better movies than Hollywood right now. It's insane.
I did some research, and apparently, so the version I watched, at least, was unrated because the director had a really hard time getting this like theatrically released. Like,
that makes sense.
They wanted to cut so much out for it to be rated R, and he ended up, I think, getting an NC-17 maybe or something, or the equivalent over there. They had to delete like 80, 90 seconds or something like that altogether. But
wait, so did you watch? Did I watch that version? Like, what did they delete?
I don't know. Oh, I didn't like look up what they deleted. I just know.
I'm curious now.
Prime, and it was the unrated version.
Yeah, I watched the unrated sub. Yeah, okay. The dub. I would never watch a dub for a fucking movie like this. What was hilarious though?
So funny.
What was hilarious? What I'll mention. The last thing I'll say is I don't know if it will actually pop up my screen. So I finished the movie on Tubi, and it's right here now. And will it pop up? No. So it said it was going to start playing another movie right after this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie it was literally going to start playing after this. A Horse Tale, CC, 1 hour, 24 minutes. A big city accountant is called in to help a family save their stable, but as he tries to prevent a shutdown, he finds something never expected. It's like a family children's movie recommended to play after this. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? This is going to start playing after this? Why?
That is funny.
I hope that I Saw the Devil would start to play after that.
What if it was by the same director? Like a little.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
It's like a children's movie about a horse that's rescued. I was like, what? I was like, why is this like automatically playing after this movie? Like, what the hell?
I think Tubi just has sort of a randomized. Like
just play something.
But just imagine, like, you just watch this brutal ass movie and it's just gonna play me a fucking heartwarming horse movie. Like, what? I don't know, dude. Anyway, yeah, I loved it. I'm just gonna go ahead and rate it. I'm giving it a 9.
Okay. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to say?
No.
I mean,
basically, I feel the same as you, except I think it was a little too long. It's like my only real problem with it.
That's fair.
And the first half hour, it shows 3 brutal kidnappings and murders, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I think we get the point after 1 and certainly 2. But yeah, I mean, those were my only real problems with it, and they aren't huge problems.
I could see it getting a little bit excessive or repetitive for some people.
Yeah. Also,
it's more repetitive than excessive, to be honest.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
To me, if I really wanted to nitpick, it's also the fact that somehow this guy has not been caught and he just keeps killing and nobody is just fucking realizing this guy is just.
That was actually something I would have liked maybe a bit more of a perspective from the police investigation going on.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, because we cut back only a few times and it's only ever when the main character is directly interacting with them. So Yeah, I think I would have liked a bit more from that, but that's kind of a minor issue. I didn't think it was completely.
No, but I was thinking it. I'm like, dude, these have to be
Yeah,
the
right.
worst cops ever. I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? How have you not caught this guy? Like, he's not even doing that like good of a job cleaning up his shit. Like they found a head and some hands, and like, come on, like it can't be that hard, guys. Come on.
Yeah. That and like a handful of questions I had, or like things that didn't necessarily make sense for me. Like like I mentioned earlier, how everyone's getting knocked out in the head pretty brutally, and all from surviving in that regard. Stupid little things like that. Also, I wanted to mention, I was looking at my notes. I wanted to mention the taxi scene where the killer, like right after he's beaten up for the first time, he gets to the taxi and the two guys had like stolen the taxi. And then they get in that car crash. And I just thought it was really funny how in the like fight where the killer was stabbing both of them repeatedly, they were going down a winding road, and they were
oh yeah. That's what I was saying. That driver was like goat, dude.
Yeah, he made us just stay on that winding road straight like the entire time, right until he crashed. I thought that was funny. It was kind of impressive, especially with his like hands off the wheel.
They stole the car?
Yeah, because the taxi driver was in the trunk. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That's where the killer. Yeah, that's where. That's where the killer found the soccer uniform, and then used that to get into the clinic to get cared for.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So yeah, there were a handful of little stupid inconsistencies and little nitpicks I had with the movie, but otherwise, I thought it was really well shot, really well acted. Great intensity, really good violence and gore, and atmosphere, and the score was also really good. I liked it. I give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go 8. Yeah.
Giving it a 9 just because I love gore, so it's getting that just for that.
All right, so that's an 8.25 out of 10. Pretty solid. I Saw the Devil, 8.25 out of 10.
Quite swell, if you will.
Wait, what'd you say?
Quite swell, if you will.
Quite swell, yes. A very swell movie to watch with the family.
Yeah.
Put it on, and then you can watch A Horsetail afterwards. Just
watch A Horsetail.
Which, by the way, that's going to be the pick.
A Horsetail. Wait, why do you get 2 picks in a row? What the fuck is this?
It was a joke. Noah, did you happen to have a pick? I kind of forgot to.
I do have. Let's see, how many do I have?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He has a bunch.
All right, I have 9. Of the 9,
do you have a pick? I got 9.
Well, yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was mine, but I just this week, but I just had like a list ready just in case.
There you go.
Of the 9, I think there are 7 that at least 2 of you are going to hate, so that's
Nice.
pretty good. Or maybe
I mean, it's Sebastian, right?
No, it's different.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Oh, it's different. Wow.
It's a movie.
Most of them are you and Sebastian, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
And then the other one I think Sebastian mentioned liking, and then the other one I know Collin likes. And honestly, I'm probably not going to pick that one. I don't know. So
just
you want me to go with what I got here?
Which one do I like? Huh?
Well, here, let him pick first, and then they'll tell us what the other ones were.
You want me to pick?
Yeah, just go for your guys.
Oh, okay. Or did you want? How did you want it to do it? Did you want?
Well, I don't know, because a lot of them are going to be controversial. Are you fine with watching something that might be like 2.5 hours long, and you might?
We just watched a 2.5 hour movie.
As long as it's not like Salo or something.
Oh yeah, no, it's not that. I just don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually what's it called? A Serbian film, and we're gonna watch it.
Okay, so hold on. Let me make sure that this is actually available to watch anywhere.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Hey guys, we're watching Cannibal Holocaust for the next podcast pick.
Hey guys, we're gonna watch the entire Human Centipede trilogy.
Yeah.
So I am picking Solaris, the 1972 version, not the 2000, I think, 2 version, which is on the Criterion Channel and HBO Max, and it's also available to rent. So shouldn't have any problem watching it, hopefully.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. I've definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. This was one of the ones that I think Sebastian might just dislike it because it is probably going to be long and boring, and Thomas might also dislike it. Who knows?
Or you will be surprised, and I absolutely love it.
There's always an opportunity.
Like, I literally do not know.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't this a Tarkovsky?
Yeah,
It's a Tarkovsky, yeah.
I think
That'll be my
it's
first.
Yeah.
I think this is also going to be my first Tarkovsky.
All right. Well, here, there we go. That's
Yeah,
like
there
our
we go.
50th episode sort of special thing.
We're all watching our first Tarkovsky.
No,
Yeah,
so exciting.
Now that I think about it, I have seen clips of this movie. I'm actually kind of excited to watch this.
Yeah, I think some of you might just find it boring is the main thing. I don't think anyone will like hate it.
Is it sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen clips of this for sure then. I'm actually excited. Okay. I'm kind of curious.
What were some of the other options you had, Noah? I'm curious.
What
I'm
movie
just gonna
did
run
you
through
think
all
I
of them.
liked? What movie did you think I liked?
Fiddler on the Roof, which you mentioned.
Oh, I
before,
fucking
so,
love Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
Fiddler on the Roof is awesome.
But I was like, that's like 3 hours long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a musical, so I don't know if I want to choose that. I think I'll like it, but I don't want to choose that as a pick. And then the other one was Memories of Murder, which I just ordered on Criterion.
Heck
And
yeah.
I honestly only didn't pick it just because like we just watched I Saw the Devil, and I feel
Yeah.
like they'll be like too similar.
Right.
I think
the
we've
other
also all
ones-
seen Memories of Murder.
I have
I
not.
have not.
Oh,
So, yeah, there we go.
It's great. It's my favorite Bong Joon-ho film. It is amazing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and you've mentioned that before, so I knew
Yeah.
you would like it. The other ones, I was browsing Tubi earlier today, saw Freddy Got Fingered was on there. Fingered is
Oh,
great.
what?
Oh, wait.
Tubi?
I gotta add it. I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
on Tubi.
But it
What's on
also
Tubi?
Freddy
Got
Got Fingered.
dude.
But I think it might like, Tubi is one of those things where like it might just leave within the week, and then there will be no way to, or I guess it might be rentable, but still. So I didn't really want to pick that just because I don't think it'll actually go. Heaven Can Wait and Reds, 2 Warren Beatty movies. Honestly, I don't think any of you would like them. And then The Lovers on the Bridge, directed by Leo Carra, which obviously Thomas hated Holy Motors, so I think he would dislike that.
Yeah.
And then Scanners and Daisies, which are just 2 kind of like gross out films. So I guess I don't know. Maybe people.
Daisies, is that the
Yeah.
Czechoslovakian
Yes,
surrealist
the Czech
film?
New
Okay,
Wave,
yeah.
60s.
Oh yeah, I probably would have hated that.
Yeah, exactly.
Although Heaven,
It's only like 70.
it's kind of funny. That's one of my mom's favorite movies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably am going to watch it soon-ish. I don't know. Just don't want to like watch all of Warren Beatty's movies like in the span of 1 week. It would be a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, if this is anything like 2001, I'm probably gonna like it.
I literally do not know. I mean, obviously it's space and it's like 50 years old, so it's like it in that way.
Wait, Noah, haven't you seen Stalker?
Yeah, I did not say this was my first Tarkovsky.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was
Yeah.
Thomas. You said that by accident. Okay. Yeah. Never mind.
Oh, probably.
I want to see Stalker too. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarkovsky double feature in your future,
Man,
Collin.
that's like 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, I think that'll wrap up the 50th episode of the Post Pro Podcast. We watched I Saw the Devil, and all of us liked it. And next week, we're going to talk about Tarkovsky's Solaris, which should be interesting. Alrighty.
Cool.
Until next time.